And the amount of galactic light coming in that is immeasurable is profound. So, what does this mean for you? Hello and welcome. My name is Chrissy, the Wandering Mystic, and you've discovered our little neck of the woods. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this channeled message, a cosmic energy update. So I wanted to start off by saying that we are in some very energetic cosmic times. So this message is currently being recorded on June 16th, 2026. The information that's coming through, though, is limitless. So whenever you find this, divine timing is aligning. And that means that you're ready for the information and tools that will be discovered today. So we are entering a galactic portal of ascension. And what we've seen over the last several years is a convergence of two timelines. In reality, it's really a collapsing of multiple timelines. But through the third dimension, we're seeing a very polarized experience of two specific timelines, a timeline of lack consciousness and a timeline of abundance. And what we're discovering is that through this space, we are ascending into the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension by releasing these, what we would call universal laws, these programs, so to say, that confine us into a third dimensional reality. Now, this program that we're currently in the process of releasing is universal law of duality. The universal law of duality creates a vacuum, so to say, a vortex for us to have experiences. And through these experiences of the yin and yang, negative and positive, female and male, we see an expression building. It creates awareness of a higher level of organization, of a higher level of consciousness. And as we release this law of duality, what will happen is our awareness of consciousness greater than this time and space is thus revealed. So, when we see timelines collapsing, what that is showing us is that the collective at large is beginning to become more aware. This is what we call ascension, and this is what we call new earth. It is a energetic frequency that we are vibrating at. And that is shifting drastically for multitude of reasons. I'm not going to pretend I'm an astrologer because I'm not, but what I can tell you is that I feel these energetic shifts. So if you are aware of the Schumann Resonance and that measurement of Earth's heartbeat, so to say, it's a scientific tool that is used to measure the frequency of Earth. These past few days leading up to this new moon in Gemini, we have felt an surge of galactic energy. Thus, so far, we haven't been able to measure this, creating a blackout on the Schumann resonance. This is an experience that up until recently, these last few years, we haven't really ever seen. We've been measuring the Earth's heartbeat for decades now, and the amount of galactic light coming in that is immeasurable is profound. So, what does this mean for you and the world around you? So, we're seeing a lot of chaos. We're seeing a lot of deep purging of ideologies, theologies. And with that comes the rattling of fear. This is what we would call the spiritual awakening of the collective consciousness. This never happens in one big burst. It is a layer, peeling back the layers of onions, correct? But what happens when we are so inbounded with energy as we have been, it ascends or accelerates that ascension process. And the acceleration of that ascension process means it's larger world scale items. Now, how do we anchor in the heart space and transmute through this fear? Is we remember that this is all divinely guided, and this is where faith becomes important. And much like the individual spiritual awakening, this is a process that happens by an unraveling. It is in a journey of events that creates the space to bring awareness of the hamster wheel. Because without awareness, we cannot remove ourselves. However, with the abundance of energy, intergalactic energy that we are currently receiving, in conjunction with these light codes and the enormity of the collective having this experience together, we have accelerated this process. So, my predictions for this summer is that we will see an increase heat, so to say, under the collar amongst the collective. Tensions will grow and rise, and I do see a collective world event where energies will come to a head. Now, that information should not bring fear. And if it does, that is an indication to you that there is still more shadow work to do individually. This amalgamation of energy is happening at a state where we are creating this together. This is the purge that needs to take place for the collective to release this programming. We must not lose sight on all of the good that is happening around us, and that is where we're asked and called to step forward in our authenticity, our sovereignty, and with great integrity. It's through this stepping and anchoring into this space that we can have faith and highlight all of the good that is happening around us. So, as we see a shift away from the funding of critical programs in our nation, we will see a lot of people stepping up to the plate and creating those programs amongst themselves. Now, whether you agree or disagree with this is a response to the awakening process as we begin to see more of the constraints and control in our systems, the more we can no longer resist staying quiet or abiding. So, this, I believe, is where those tensions will be arising. And again, I ask you to anchor into the heart space and step forward with integrity, because it is from this space that the greatest change of the highest good will happen for all. Now, personally, this is going to be a very energetic, tumultuous time where you will find yourself as though you're on a roller coaster of emotions. I myself am already feeling this, and I am having to readjust my own personal ceremony space to accommodate for this influx of emotional releasing. So for me, that is spending more time in these woods, as well as my other clearing practices. Making sure that you have a solid and firm energetic ceremony that you're doing on a daily basis is paramount during this time of swift change. In addition, we should all be creating more community space together. So finding those like-minded souls who are easy to interact with, where things don't feel like it's always a struggle and there doesn't feel like there's strong resistance to the connection. And lastly, honing your discernment. Because the reality is you already have the connection within to know the limitless potential. Your discernment is how you hone your own inner voice and you strengthen that connection within. And as long as we stay mindful of our own energetic frequency and our practices, our physical vessels will be ready for this great shift come September. I'm so excited to be in this space with you. This is a divinely guided and protected space. As we enter New Earth, the 5D, we must remember this is not our destination, simply a channel of change. This is a frequency we're entering together to bring deep awareness of the state that we collectively hold. We are entering the seventh dimensional reality, the space of unity consciousness, the light of the Christos. These are things that we have seen through the Temple of Isis and that have been anchoring into our physical space, the Earth's grid, for millennia.
So as they say, all is well and all is on track. So that being said, it is important as we enter these summer months that we stay mindful of our inner state and inner well-being as we go forward and enjoy this space, building community, creating memories, and enjoying the life that we live. I know it seems that it could be very tumultuous at times, but when you do feel a shift in your energy, it's important that you reach out to your community as well. We are all divinely guided, and we're all divinely protected, and we're all in this together. Thank you so much for being here today. It is with your love and support that all of this is possible. I'm so grateful and honored to be able to be here and share this space as your guide to ascension. That being said, if you liked today's message and would like to learn more or see future messages, please click subscribe and share. In addition, you can find us on our socials, Facebook, Insta, and TikTok, as well as our website, The Wandering Mystic. On our website, you can book private sessions, Reiki, as well as see our list of current events that are coming up. We're so excited to host our first annual Reiki retreat that will be at Diamond Grove Mine and Campground. In addition to that, we are also starting our Mystery School series with our very first Reiki certification workshop. This takes certification past a piece of paper and integrates it into your life with a 28-day support system afterwards. Again, I am so grateful and thankful for all of this that you allow, and thank you for showing up today and being with us. I look forward to speaking with you again, and with all my heart, I send you my love.